Hi, hello everyone. Um, this is Eric from Etiquette. It's so nice to see you all again. I usually start a couple of minutes early just to check if everything's working. So if you get here, please um, just put in your name so that I know who's here. Yeah, very interesting week. I feel like I'm very underdressed. Hi, if you're here, please put in your name, say hello. I feel very underdressed today because I actually went out with some friends and we went to exercise behind our university. It was really good to get outside. Hello, guys. Put your name down, say hello, so I know who I'm talking with. It's uh, it's so nice to be here, even though I'm underdressed. Paul, my name is Jay. I think, sometimes you watch a movie and there's one scene where you just burst out laughing. That was the Jeff one. Julie, nice to see you. Martin, it's a pleasure. How are you doing? Yeah, I've had a very interesting week. Obviously, as you guys can see, I put out a lot of content. Actually, I've got a lot more I'm going to put out in the next couple of days. How about you, Martin? Everything going well? Julie? Elsa! Okay, you guys don't know this, but Elsa has missed every live stream, and she sends me a message saying, "Eric, when is the live stream? I always miss it." So 30 minutes ago or an hour ago, right? You sent me a message, and she says, "Eric, when is the live stream?" And I send it back. I said, "In 30 minutes." I'm so happy you made it. How are you doing, Elsa? Yeah, I felt so. I thought, oh, if she didn't make it, she's just going to be like, no, I'm never watching him again. It's too difficult. So, Elsa, I'm so happy you're here. Yeah, Julie, good. So Martin says, I've been a bit busy. Actually, I have online class in a moment, so I'll have to go. Well, Martin, thank you so much for stopping by. I love having you here. You always give great input. Yeah, so if you have to go, I totally understand. Everybody's doing their online classes right now. Elsa, what have you been up to? John, pleasure to have you. John is also a colleague of mine. He actually works at another university. I noticed that I say actually a lot, so I want to write down somewhere. Don't say actually. Okay, Martin. See you soon. Yeah, John works for another YouTube channel. They're called the English with Danny channel, and he does fantastic things too. So if you want to practice English, go and check him out. Okay, Carlos. Hi, Carlos. How you doing? Good to see you back. Julie, how do you cope with quarantine? Actually, in Korea or where I am, people do what they want. You go to the restaurant, and because I'm part of a small student town, I see students out all the time, meeting up with their friends and doing what they want to. So really, it doesn't feel like quarantine. For myself, I'm always busy, so I go to a coffee shop where I work. Yeah, no quarantine for me. I do what yeah, it's I think it's almost life to normal in Korea, and hopefully the rest of the world can follow, I believe. Yeah, yeah. So quarantine hasn't affected me that much. I think the main thing for everyone is just, we really want to get out and meet up. So this Saturday, my friends and I were planning on going downtown, Daegu, to go and just have fun for the first time in months. So I'm very happy. Elsa, starting online classes. I'll be back to some of my students next Tuesday online. How do you feel about that? Yeah, I think I've been pushing this whole Zoom and online teaching thing. Like you guys know, I've been making. I'm when I first started, I said this is great. I much prefer real life classes, but if I can see my students through online, that's the second best option. So I actually really enjoy Zoom because I can put students into groups and I can share things with them and I get to talk to them, which is amazing. Also, as I said, I've got trial lessons with some Chinese students. Yeah, I think you said something like that. So with some Chinese students, and are you studying through another agency, or are you working with the program or school? I think that's very interesting. When online teaching first started, I think it started maybe 3 years ago where companies connected teachers online with students in China and also Vietnam, but mainly China. um, I started thinking, man, this is a fantastic opportunity. So I started researching online, and now I think it's just going to blow up because we realize what we can do. But I've been struggling with something today. So I've been pushing teaching with Zoom, and I want to ask your opinion. What do you think? So I've been pushing this thing about teaching with Zoom. And many of my colleagues prefer making videos or recording audio. And we had a bit of a debate about it on Facebook. Someone said, okay, it's a debate. What do you prefer, sending video and assignments or doing Zoom? And of course, I was in the Zoom corner. I said, this is Zoom. I really enjoy talking with my students. There's so much I can do. And when I make videos, I share the best videos with the group with the professors. But recently, I've heard that a lot of them don't like it, and they're gossiping behind my back. Like they really don't like what I'm saying, and they feel like I'm hi big data. Sorry, I'm just saying something. Um, so a lot of my colleagues are actually while they're gossiping and saying, what a terrible person I am. And, I kind of think about that and I think, why is that? Is it, well, maybe I just post too much and I'm too vocal. Maybe I insulted them because they are also great teachers. And by me saying that you should do, if you've got a choice between sending them a video or doing online classes with them, by saying that they're wrong, they feel like I'm insulting them. But anyway, so I heard that a lot of the teachers dislike it. I'm getting some hate, not to my face, I wouldn't mind that, but still. Um, have you guys ever been in that situation where you get some hate or some gossip being spread about you? So for myself, obviously, um, I obviously you want people to like you. You want to do a good job. You want to create relationships and make sure that you like each other. But another side of me just thinks, you know what? I'm going to get hate anyway. I'd rather stand for something, and I've got good friends around me. I've got people to talk to. I've got my family. I've got my work to do, so I'm happy. I've got things to keep me occupied, you know. So that doesn't really bother me. Yeah, Julie, live teaching. No, obviously, nothing is going to change real life teaching. But I've been talking to some Grace. Haters gonna hate. Yeah, the immortal words of what's the name? Because the haters gonna do it. Because the players gonna play. The haters gonna hate. What's that song? Um, Julie, back to your question. What do the students think? I've got a lot of students in my class, and I ask them, "Listen, are you doing Zoom classes? What are you doing?" And they say, Eric, we've got you for Zoom classes, maybe one or two other teachers, but the majority of teachers are just giving us a ridiculous amount of assignments to do. And they say they enjoy the Zoom classes. So that's how I go with it. Elsa says, I met a Chinese teacher in February here in Portugal. We became friends. Nice. She has a school in China where she teaches online as well. It was really nice. And it was on Zoom. Yeah, and a lot of people are worried about the security of Zoom, and obviously there will be concerns. But I think that they do give us tools to control the security. And with my classes, if I've got a large class, I tell the students they don't have to switch on their video, so they don't have to be shy about being videotaped or anything like that. With my smaller classes, I use video. John, yeah, I think sometimes people are resistant to new technology or change. Usually the people who embrace it come out on top. Yeah, thanks. Yeah, that's the way I see it. I think if you try something new, what is that analogy? The crabs in a barrel. Do you guys know that? So if you've got crabs in a barrel and one crab tries to make it out of the barrel, the other crabs hold on to it because people like staying the same. So like John said, maybe just push out and do something new. And by the way, we could be completely wrong about online classes. I could be wrong, but at least, we're trying something. And I think Elsa, um, I want to hear your feedback on your classes with your Chinese students. Carlos, Zoom is really helpful, no doubt, but you see, teaching preschool is impossible to go through Zoom. See, yeah, no, I totally agree. I can't imagine very young students doing that. Firstly, they need their parents to support to set the technology to use and also be there with them while their parents are working home office. I can't imagine very young students, just being entertained with that. Although I've seen very good teachers do it. Those are the ones that sing a lot of songs, use colors, draw on the board. But I think with young students, you really need that person to person, relatability. So yeah, I think for young students, it's very difficult, but it has value. It's better value than nothing at all. Yeah. So the topic that we got asked about today, let me just quickly see who sent it. Guys, if you have any questions, if you want to talk about anything, please put it in the comments below. I learned so much from you guys. I really appreciate it. I'm just quickly checking who sent this question. I'm going to community. Who sent this message? I just want to quickly find out. Yeah, it was. It was on Facebook. It's not on YouTube. Someone on YouTube or someone on Facebook asked about it. So Carlos said they lose attention. Yeah, you've got to remember that young students have a very short attention span. That's why we've got to constantly do different activities. We've got to, snap them back, snap their attention back, and lots of relia. Yeah, you're talking about Rio. Where are all my dolls? I've got a lot of dolls, and I think you should have balls and toys. Grace, yeah, I think you should use a lot of things in your environments. If you do teach online with young learners, get them to use things in their rooms. What are you wearing? What is your favorite toy? Show us your favorite toy. Talk about it. So let them use fun realia or props in the class. So the topic for today, it was put on Facebook, is all about teacher mental health. And I think it's a very important topic. Actually, man, I'm saying actually again. I usually have a small notepad where I write down all the words that I say too much and I should say less of. Yeah, so on Facebook, if I go to the Etiquette group, I think most of you guys are on there. We had Ruth. It was Ruth. She says, please kindly tackle the topic of remote learning and mental health of everyone involved, learners, teachers, and parents. A couple of months ago, I saw a lot of people posting about teacher mental health, and I thought this is a very important topic because as teachers, we're responsible for so many students, and we should be on top of our games. How can we stay clear? How can we stay focused? How can we make sure that we're happy mentally as well as physically? And so that's going to be the topic for today. So my question to you guys now is, how do you stay mentally happy? Grace, Carlos, Julie, Elsa, if you're there. Uh, John, if you're there, how do you stay mentally focused? How do you stay happy? How do you take care of yourself? Because for me, we're still adjusting to everything. It's very hard, especially, I've been looking at this a couple of months, maybe last year sometime. Teachers were struggling with this. Many teachers were struggling with, their mental health. And now that we're quarantined, it's something we have to keep in check and think about even more, especially since we're still teaching online and doing other things. Naps. Grace said naps. Grace, I can't nap. For me, it's unless I'm exhausted, I can't nap. I can't sleep on trains. I can't sleep on planes. So I'm so jealous that you can nap. Also, what is that? Is that dancing or is it dabbing? For me, I think with my personality, I've never really had, I think, mental issues. I think Obviously I get sad, or obviously sometimes I get a little sad about things, a little bit depressed, or when things don't go my way. But in general, it's I don't really feel that. But then I've got friends who deal with anxiety and they deal with depression, and it's something that I believe them and I understand what it is, but I can't imagine doing that. You can't nap either? Yeah, we should make a group for people that can't nap. But even though it doesn't happen to me like that, I'd like to help people. Oh, it's dabbing to say you're still here. When did I start dabbing? Yeah, dabbing was it. Is it already 3 years ago? Because I remember I went to a polar bear swim at the beach in Busan. It was winter. I think it was January, and they had a polar bear swim. And I remember they brought a TV crew and they videotaped everyone. And me and my best buddy, we were like dabbing the whole time. That was 3 or 4 years ago. Okay, John, keep positive about the future. Delve into hobbies, work to better myself in some way. YouTube, exercise, diet, etc. Yeah, I think. Well, first you have to get to the controllables, the things that you can actually control. What can you control? Your environment. So make sure you're in a clean place. Do your dishes. Make your bed. I rarely make my bed. Actually, I just keep it like that. It's not like I've got anyone coming around, So I just keep it like that. Carlos says it depends on the meditation. Also, I know meditation, but I feel so guilty when I do it. I feel really good, but I haven't done it for a couple of months, and it's like nagging in the back of my head. Carlos, it depends on the day. Some days I wake up focused. I make a really productive day. Some days I get sad and feel like I haven't done anything meaningful. Meaningful, yeah. I guess that happens, Um, listen to music, do some hobbies. Yeah, do things that make you happy. Definitely do things that make you happy. So first control your environment, then do healthy things for your mind. Read a little bit, meditation, even if it's just, 10 minutes a day meditation or reading a book. Take walks. If I feel sometimes you feel like, unfortunately now we've got the problem with quarantine. Sorry for mentioning walks. So now but if we can get outside to the yard or just have some kind of yoga, stretching. Fortunately, my gym just opened up, so I go to the gym maybe 3 or 4 times a week, and I'm going to shoot you a video about it for next week, just as a surprise. I'm doing a day in the life of. I'm going to do a day in the life vlog. I'll probably shoot it Wednesday or Thursday, but it's a secret. Okay, Elsa, but yeah, like Carlos said, it depends on the day. Different needs show up. Yeah, sometimes, and I think we should be okay with it too. Don't beat yourself up for not being productive. Just say, okay, well, you know what, this is another day. Unless it's something that you had to finish, just tell yourself it's another day. I should have done more. Julie says, look up at the sky, enjoy mornings, listen to the birds chirping. I've been learning how to do some recipes, learning another language. Yeah, if we can feel like, I did something small to improve myself, obviously that's a really good one. Learning recipes. I'm horrible at cooking. I suck at cooking. And learning another language, I've been meaning to get back to my Korean. Where is my book? Oh, this is the big one. Yeah. No, I've got a bunch of learning Korean books back there, and I've been meaning to do that too. But right now, I'm so focused on YouTube and my seminars and my online teaching. So I don't. I have time. I should focus on it. Actually, I should. Otherwise, I'll just get too stressed or something. But you know what? I've actually been saving stuff. So what I do is when I'm on Instagram or on Facebook, I spend some time there to look for ideas, especially on teaching websites. I'm always looking for ideas on what I can make videos about. And if I find something good, I save it. So I need someone to come into the room and just slap me on the hand every time I say actually. Grace, you're taking this week off. Fantastic. Sorry, I missed that one. Yeah, Grace, take it off. and don't feel guilty about it. You know, be happy. Take a week off. Take the week off and tell yourself, okay, you know what? This is just my week. I'll start next week again. That's totally fine. We shouldn't push ourselves too hard. I think a little bit of pushing is good, but if you've been working hard, then you definitely deserve it. So I'm quickly going to go in here and I want to read you some of the ideas I have. Because, I've been going through it. Growth mindset self-talk. Okay, that's good. I'm going to save that for later. Yeah, it says you can't take care of others if you don't take care of yourself. Remember, we are role models, not just in the way we teach, but in the way we treat each other and ourselves. Find time and ways to stay healthy and happy. And that's by educator Oran Chatkov. Very good, right? So, yeah, take care of yourself, make sure you're mentally happy, do things that make you happy. And we should be role models to our students, not just, be great teachers, share knowledge and but we should also show them how it's done. And it makes me think of that thing about if you're in an airplane and, the oxygen mask come down, you're supposed to help yourself first and then help the people next to you. I'm not saying, don't forget about the students. I'm saying, remember to take care of yourself, because if you go into that classroom, once we go back to the classrooms, and even when you teach online, the students can learn from you. They can learn from your energy, and you can teach them how to be focused and happy adults too. And that's very important. How horrible would it be? Have you ever had a teacher that's just constantly negative and sad, and it just brings everyone down? But if you have a teacher that's focused and that tries to improve the mood, that's a really good thing to happen. Okay, now let's see. Carlos says, I'm horrible at cooking, but it helps me to focus on something. That's something good. Man, I wish I could do that. I eat so poorly these days. I go to the gym, I exercise, it's fine, but I eat very unhealthy. Julie, take a rest when you have to, definitely. Carlos says, nowadays I say really a lot. Yeah, I should put that down, because so this last video I put out about teaching online with Zoom, what happened was I noticed that I pronounced some words strange. So I thought, well, you know what? I'm not going to reshoot the whole thing. So I'll just put in a couple of clips in there to show that I notice it. And then I thought, why not try and make a game out of it? So I put Sean Connery all over the video and told people, hey, listen, see how many times you can pick it up. And then as I rewatch, when you edit, I rewatch it again and I just see all the actually. Yeah, we need to refill our vessels. Yeah, very important. Sleeping is important here. This is the one I wanted to share. I'll just show you what it looks like. So it says there, self-care for educators. Self-care for educators. I'll keep it like this and we can talk about it. Zoom in. Okay. So I can't read like this. I'll just talk about it. So the first one is treat yourself when you need it, and they've got a coffee cup. Now and again, you should just go and get yourself. I wouldn't say get yourself a cake on your own, because I think like alcohol and cake, it's something to be enjoyed with someone. So when it says treat yourself, don't buy yourself a chocolate and eat it on your own and say, I'm going to be happy. Rather, I would say, if your husband or your wife or friend, if they come over, treat them to a cake. Or if you are able to go to a coffee shop, treat them to a cake and eat it together. I think that's way better than eating it alone, because that's what I would do. And then, so treat yourself to something when you need it. And then the next one, they've got a smiling sun. Also says reading, doing qi kung. I pay attention to what my mind and my body ask for. Yeah, my body just tells me, Eric, no more bad food. Just eat more healthy. I'm like, okay, body, next week. Yeah, it's very important to take care of our bodies. So I just do gym, but I would love to do something like a martial art, like a yoga. what you're doing. And sometimes a glass of wine too. Definitely. I've got this huge bottle of wine just waiting, but my friends and I were so excited to go out next Saturday. I think it's going to be really fun. A next one they say is to remember to start fresh every day. Yeah, don't stress about things you did in the past. Actually, yesterday this was something that really bothered me. You think about your past failures or mistakes that you made. You've got those regrets. You guys know what I'm talking about, and it just weighs on you. And it happened, I think, 2 days ago or yesterday. I felt so miserable because I had these regrets of things that I didn't do. And so I went to the gym, started working out, and it took me about an hour. And after that, I thought, okay, it's fine, I'll let it go. But I think that's a big problem for many people, are the regrets that we hold on to. So start every day fresh and go in with a smile. It's also, I always tell my students when I prepare them for presentations, I tell them that and I know, what's the great public speaker, what's his name again, one of the best Tony Robbins. He says this too. He says basically your body can change the way that your mind feels. So what you can do is, if you are stressed, open up your body, move around, get blood flowing, and it will actually have an effect on your mind. He said, okay, do this, for example. Put a pencil in your mouth. If you keep on smiling or you start laughing out loud, you'd start feeling better too. Yeah, don't stay in the past. Julie said it, every day is a blessing. Don't stay in the past. Yeah, so sometimes, if you go for a walk or you just stretch or yoga, can be. Awaken the Giant Within. That was a great book. I want to read that again. I think that'll be great. You know who's also really good? Do you guys know Jim Rohn? Julie, do you know Jim Rohn? Wow. So Tony Robbins' mentor is called Jim Rohn. And I used to I used to have some of his files on my phone. And when I'm driving somewhere, I would play Jim Rohn. Or I think he's on YouTube too. That guy is amazing. So I would suggest listening to that guy. He's one of my favorite guys to listen to. Him, and there's another guy that's more about finance, but really good. Okay, next one. Use positive self-talk. Could you please jot down their names? Mustafa, who is that? Jim Rohn? Yeah, check him out. That guy's amazing. I don't know how old he is or if he's still here. But yeah, that's Jim Rohn. Fantastic to listen to. Then use positive self-talk. I've got a friend that I talk to. Usually once a week, once every 2 weeks. And it's good to have someone else to help you too. But you should also remember to have positive self-talk if you don't have anyone around you to talk with. Reframe things to be positive for yourself. So these missed opportunities that I had, you can say, okay, well, Eric, you missed that, but now you'll be better focused in the future when it does happen. Or, you should reframe things in a positive way in your mind, so that you're not that hard on yourself. Yeah, Mustafa, that's Jim Rohn. And you can check, Julie said it there, Tony Robbins. Wow, those guys are something else. It's really interesting. By the way, you get these things that you're interested in. I watch a lot of YouTube. I don't really watch Netflix or TV. I don't play video games. So I watch a lot of YouTube. And what I'm currently watching is two things. The one thing is about is Animal Planet. So I just love watching animals right now. And the other thing is I like watching where they talk about these online scam artists, entrepreneurs. And I think, oh man, I don't want to be like that. But it's very interesting to watch and see how they do that. Okay, so we said positive self-talk. You really helped me a lot with. I did. I think I remember something like that, Elsa. We talked. What did we talk about again? You said something, and I said, no, that's wrong. You should be really positive about it instead. Yeah, because obviously I can feel that you've got such good energy, and but as people are, we sometimes get these negative thoughts that influence us. But yeah, overall it's really good. You are a natural son. Yeah, mom, I think I'm a natural son. A son like a son, or a son like one of your four sons? Um, do physical activities you enjoy, connect with uplifting colleagues. This is what I just talked about. Being positive also creates daily happiness. Yeah, one thing I want to say is that we should focus on happiness, but don't make it a fake happiness, because you know what, I've got some friends who actually they're trying to become mentors, and sometimes it just feels like they fake happiness. They're like, haha, everything's really good, everything's good, and then it's just not good. Just say, okay, well, it's not good, this sucks, and then move on with it. Ah, here we go, Grace giving us the names. Okay, lack of confidence. Oh, your lack of confidence. Yeah, Elsa, stop that. I think you should be way more confident, and you can read it in your text. Yeah, don't lack of confidence. Uh, okay, Grace, Jim Rohn, Tony Robbins, Wayne Dyer. I don't know Wayne Dyer. I'm going to search for him after this, Grace. Eckhart Tolle. Now, here's the weird thing about Eckhart Tolle. My parents would absolutely hate him, because that they used to talk about, because he's the guy that brought in meditation and talking about that. But man, is he good to listen to. I love listening to Eckhart Tolle. um, uh, those two books of his, I forgot the names, but yeah, he's great to listen to. I feel like I want to watch some of his things too. I can feel like I need to meditate a little bit more just to relax, because a lot of things are happening. Like I told you, I'm very busy doing lots of things. I just want to relax a little bit. So maybe I'll read some Eckhart Tolle. Carlos says, it might sound crazy, but I am about to say, but here it goes. Being a multitasker in quarantine is driving me crazy. Usually I had to do a lot of things at the same time. Now I don't, so it feels odd. Yeah, suddenly you have to slow down. Julie, yeah, you said that he's on YouTube. Yeah, I'll watch some of his things. Man, he's like the most relaxed guy ever, I think. Eckhart Tolle. So Carlos says that he's so used to multitasking and staying busy. So now that he has to suddenly stay still, he feels like he can't. It feels very strange to him. Yeah. Well, Carlos, I think it's good to adapt. I think that crazy pace. Actually, so did you know? So a lot of people, they need that to happen. They need to stay busy. They need to focus on things, because as soon as they stand still and they look at their lives, they might think, oh, what's going on? I'm not happy. And that is why, what happens with a lot of married couples is they stay together, they have kids, and they work very hard. They've got the kids, and then as soon as the kids leave the house, they stop and they realize, oh, I've got all this time to myself. And many divorces happen. Not that I want that to happen. It's just, we've got to realize that we should practice relaxing and doing nothing for a little bit. I might not be right. I'm just saying, this is a new thing we should try, and maybe it might be good for you, instead of multitasking and staying busy, to just pick one thing and relax and do it. For me right now, actually, I'm multitasking, so I'm preaching to you, but I'm doing the exact same thing. I'm multitasking, trying to do 100 things, but for some reason right now, I feel like being busy, things are falling into place. And it feels very strange, because now I feel like things are progressing and I'm doing better, and some of my plans are working out. I'm putting out videos, I'm talking about things. So yeah, you know, and it's almost like I'm waiting for that fall, for something to go wrong. But yeah, I shouldn't be as pessimistic. Paul Coelho, yeah, he's the writer that wrote The Alchemist. He's got a fantastic view on life. I told you guys about the haters, and someone was talking about a quote that he had about haters. Let me look it up. Paul Koholo. I'm probably pronouncing it bad. Haters. Let's see what he says about haters. Haters are confused admirers who can't understand why everybody else likes you. I'm not going to go that far, but that's a fantastic quote. Can I read that again? It's haters are confused admirers who can't understand why everybody else likes you. Yeah, I'm not going to go that far, but it's a great quote. It's a great quote. Carlos, so wise. I don't know. I think it's just chatting with you guys. It just makes me think about these things because when we're alone, we can meditate and we can relax. But by being with other people, we can vocalize. Is that a word? Vocalize and talk about our ideas. Okay, Grace. Don Miguel Reyes. It sounds familiar. Who's that? It sounds. This is a good time to reflect on our choices. Right. It's a very good time to reflect on where we want to go in life too. For me, I feel like this whole episode has been a great time for me to just start working. In the past, I used to have a bit of a problem with, working very slowly and procrastination, but now I'm just like, pa, pa, pa. Yeah, Don Miguel Reyes. It sounds very familiar. The 4 agreements. Grace, I'll look it up. And then Elsa says, Marissa Peer, she's really helpful. I should read more female books. There are some female books I really enjoy. Now I can't think of their names, but I do read a lot of, but I've been telling myself I would like to get more of a female influence with my reading because I haven't been reading a lot. I need to read more. My mom says, family life can be disrupting on your own space and taking up personal time. Yeah. So if you're busy with family stuff, you don't have a lot of time for yourself. Okay. The 4 agreements by Don Miguel Reyes. I'm going to start writing these things down and so I can talk with you guys about it. I haven't been. Let's see, the 4 agreements. Okay, I'm going to check this out. It's on Audible too, so I can listen to it. It's not too long. It's 90 pages. I think I can read 90 pages. Okay, so we've got some books that I'm going to read. Grace says, Grace, you only get 1 book you can give me. So either it's going to be the 4 agreements or it's going to be Uriah. Elsa, what book would you suggest? Marissa Peer? Does she have a book or is she a speaker? Carlos, what book do you have? What book can you suggest? Because someone else asked me about a book I can suggest. We should have a book hour to talk about things, but I should definitely read a little bit more. Okay, let's go through this. Go for a walk or spend time outside if it's possible. Read a good book. Yeah. Plan an activity to look forward to. This is important. This is something I'm doing right now. I'm planning for next week. I've got, and remember, there should be a difference between planning something fun and planning something to do because you have to do it. Because next week I want to go out with my friends out on the town. I'm very excited for that. 2 weeks from now, I have to go and work up in Seoul. It's going to be interesting. I'm going to join up with a big YouTuber. He's got 200,000 subscribers, but he focuses on a Korean audience. So what I want to do the next 3 weeks, from next week, I'm going to put out a couple of vlogs and talking about Korea things, just so you know, so that once I go onto his channel and people want to come and look at my channel, they'll see at least some Korean content. So this week I've got a lot of videos I'm going to edit and put out for you about teaching with Zoom and teaching. But next week I'm going to put out the videos about Korea. And then Carlos says, you asked the wrong person. That's fine, Carlos. Somebody asked me the other day about telling them what book to read. And I just didn't have anything because I've read a lot of books, but not as much as I should have. The Power of Now. That's the one, Eckhart Tolle. I like The Power of Now, and I also liked something about Earth. Something Earth was really good. Oh, Ayn Rand. That's the other female writer I really enjoyed. Ayn Rand. What's her name? Ayn Rand. Or was it Atlas Shrugged? Man, she was amazing. Yeah, Atlas Shrugged. No, The Fountainhead is the one. Which one? No, I read both of them, or I listened to them. Ayn Rand. That's something. I don't know if you her books are super long, but it was so interesting. I listened to it on audiobook, especially when. See, this is what I miss. Every day when I used to have class, and I only realize it now, this is what I really miss. I used to walk to my school, and it takes 20 minutes there, 20 minutes back. And I would put in earphones and I would listen to a book. So I would finish a book in a week or two. Just walking, listening to the book. When I'm driving, I would listen to audiobooks. And now I don't have that walk anymore. I go to the gym, come back home, and then go to the coffee shop to work. That's how it is. So I miss that. Carlos, off topic. Have you thought about suggesting some tasks or challenges to us during those Sundays meeting? We could say how it was. What? That's it. Carlos, you don't need books. That's not like one of the best ideas I've ever had. I'm going to write this down. I'm definitely going to put something out there. Next Sunday, we can start. I think I'll give some kind of challenge, something simple, for us as teachers or as people that I also can follow. To say how it was. How about you guys? What should the first challenge be? And next week we can talk about it. It can be something book related. We can say, okay, pick a book and start reading. Next week we meet, and next week during the live stream we talk about what we learned from the book. How about that? And my book, we talked about it before, is going to be The Four Agreements by Don Miguel Ruiz. I'm saying Ruiz wrong, I'm sure of it. Carlos, great idea. How about that, guys? So pick a new book, or if you're busy reading a book, read it. Next week, we will quickly talk about it, and we will get a new challenge. I know a new challenge for us to do something. How does that sound? Carlos, pick one of these books, and we want you to read it. Yeah, I think that's definitely it. Elsa, what book will you read? I'm just trying to think, Carlos, what book we can suggest to you. I've got a feeling I can suggest something good. I just can't think of it now. But find something that you're interested in, something you want to learn about, search for it, find a book, and let us know in the comments later, what book did you choose? What will you listen to, or what will you read? I'll see if I download it to read on my phone, or I'll just use audiobooks. But yeah, I'm going to do the 4 things. I need to finish a few that I started. Grace, you're one of those people that read a book and put it down and starts a new one. It's not a bad, it's not a wrong way. It's up to you. For me, sometimes I do that. Sometimes I do it when I feel there's something very important for me. But hopefully I can finish this for now. Yeah, Carlos, don't take a book that's too long, especially when you first start reading. Find something that's suitable for you. I think is very important, because I would have suggested Ayn Rand, but that's billions of pages. Okay, let's see. Spend time with friends and family. Yeah, for me, I've been meeting my boss. He also does YouTube, so we usually hang out almost every day, just talk about, but we talk about YouTube and stuff like that, but it's still nice to have someone to talk to. Bring healthy snacks and meals. Yeah, I need to eat more healthy, because they say that's the fuel for your body, and right now my fuel is just meat and bread, so I shouldn't do that. I should eat more healthy. Be comfortable saying no to more obligations. So be okay with not taking on any more tasks. Yeah, Elsa, more homework. I'm going to check everyone. I'm going to ask you about your book. What did you learn? What did you like about it? And I need to save mine now too. Let me just copy and paste paste before I forget. Another thing we can do is spend less time on social media. I think I'm the worst one at this. I'm always on my phone, on Facebook, I'm checking YouTube, or I'm making videos. So I think this is also a challenge that I'm going to try this week. I'm going to try and spend less time on social media, and I'll read a little bit more. So I'll download, if I download the book, I'm just going to read it like that and then the social media is next to me. And the last one, leave work at school for the night or the weekend. I guess that's something extra. Yeah, I've got a lot of things that I wanted to talk about, how to stay more healthy and things. Let me just save this book before I forget. Come here, Don Miguel. Don Miguel. So where is it? Can't find it. Let me quickly write it down. Don Miguel Ruiz, the 4 agreements. Okay, everyone. I think with this homework, also you don't have Facebook or Instagram. I'm always on there. See, you're doing something right. I need to follow you. Okay, everyone, I think let's finish it there. So we've got homework for next week. We're all going to pick a book. We're going to read it. Grace, I want you to start finishing all those books that you're currently busy with. Carlos, I hope you find a really good book. Hi, the chef. Hello from Malaysia. How's the chef? How's the chef? Welcome. Actually, we're just saying goodbye, but before we say goodbye, we've got a challenge. You have to pick a book that if you're not reading a book, pick a new one. If you have one, if you have one, read that. Next week in this live stream, we're going to talk about the books that we've been reading. Okay, Julie, yes, I want to see what you're going to read. Julie, I can't wait to see it. Julie, are you going to tell me? Do you have an idea? What will you read? I'm very curious to read because you've got so many good ideas for things. Oh, there it was. Yeah. Julie, yeah. So I'm very curious what you're going to read. You've got it, but not installed on the phone. Elsa, you're a genius. I spend all my time on my phone or on my laptop, and that's just constantly being connected. Okay, everyone, I think I'm going to finish there. It was really good. Carlos, you followed me on Instagram. I'm gonna check it out. Yeah, I should post more photos and stuff too. It's very important to. If you're a single man, you need Instagram to show girls that you've got a normal life. I think that's the reason I have Instagram, not to show off. It's just to say, if I meet a girl in the future, I'll just be like, okay, this is my Instagram. I'm a normal guy, and they can see it. Julie, the power of your subconscious mind. Nice. I'm reading anything you say. I'm going to look that up, Elsa. So it's probably going to be the anything you say. Better not be some romantic novel. What is it? No, it's just giving me so many things. I can't find it. Let me say anything you say. Book by Gillian McAllister. Well, it's rated quite well. It's a novel. Anything you say. Okay, good. Okay, everyone, I think let's stop there. Thank you so much for joining. I already feel a lot better. I hope we shared some good ideas. I think in the future, I'll make a video on tips for taking care of our mental health. Everyone stay safe, read your book, and next week we'll meet up again. Okay, everyone, have a good day, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.